All right, we're going to say shalom to everyone. Thank the Most High for His Son. Thank the Most High for the Holy Spirit, the Ruach. Now, of course, the regular person, and this is not to knock people, but the regular person won't understand probably what I'm about to get into. So this is going to take an open mind. Now, of course, there's a lot of us that understand what's going on in regards to the times and spring forward and fall back. So what I'm going to do is show the deception of the vernal equinox. Okay, this is just total garbage. I mean, it's total. It's almost like it's almost disrespectful to someone's intelligence. It's really something that really needs to be exposed, because a lot of people really believe that the vernal equinox, excuse me, which represents equal night and day, when it's very close in time, where you have the same amount of daylight and the same amount of darkness on March the 20th of this particular year, which is total madness, and that's just a fabricated lie to bring in the mood for Easter. Okay, now what I'm going to do is just read this mess first, and you decide if it's true or not. Once I show you, hopefully I can do this with this computer. It's not working too well right now, but hopefully I can show you the actual times. Like I said, I've done this before, but I want to show this, deception first. All right, now this what it says. It says March equinox, equal day and night nearly. Okay, and it says there are two equinoxes every year, in March and September. So these are the times where, of course, you have during the fall and during the springtime. You're breaking. You that's just the time from the North Pole when it's equal in the fall time, and then at that particular time it will be equal day and equal night around that time. Now then it says in March and September, when the sun shines directly on the equator and the length of night and day are nearly equal. Okay, then it just shows a diagram of the Earth and the North Pole, like I said before, of how they're showing you here, right? Which is correct. Then it says the Earth during the equinox. On the equinox, the Earth axis is perpendicular to the sun's rays. March equinox in Washington, D.C. is on Friday, March 20th, 2015 at 6:45. And that's what I wanted to point out. It says at 6:45. Now, the reason why I want to pull that out, and the reason why they are trying to push this 6:45 thing, I'll show you that in a minute, based on what I am understanding on why did they pull that. Okay, now we understand, just based on that information, you should want to research on this information if it's true or not. And a lot of us are not used to uh, going behind a person that's just publicizing things. You would say, well, it don't matter, and but it's just something that they made up, or well, they're making it up on it for a reason. You just don't make something. You don't fabricate a lie based on something that don't matter. You see what I'm saying? And a lot of us are not acclimated on looking into information to make sure it's true. Some people think that's petty or you're wasting your time, but you're really not, because once you start opening up Pandora's box or whatever, you'll find out that there's other mess that they've lied about. So you got puzzle pieces, and then once you see the big picture, you will understand. Daniel, okay, let's go to Daniel chapter 7. See, people think this stuff is petty, but it's really not. I mean, it's very it's very annoying, for one, because they keep constantly lying. And when you do research on this stuff, and I'm just going to read this scripture in Daniel real quick. Give me a minute here. Let's go to Daniel chapter 7, I believe. Verse 25. And it says, Daniel 7, verse 25. And it says, and he shall speak great words against the Most High, and shall wear out the saints of the Most High, and think to change times and laws. And they shall be given into the hands until a time and a dividing of time. So these are different generations through different times, and the dividing of times based on our condition and being oppressed under these nations. All right. So based on that, I'm going to show you how they thought to change times and laws based on what I'm about to get into. Now, of course, it's deeper than that, but I don't want to make a full lesson. I may do a full lesson on this particular information, but for right now, we want to see if this is true based on it being, because they're trying to say that their equinox represents equal day and equal night. Nearly, right? We're going to see. All right. Now, this, if you believe what they tell you after this, then you are gullible. Okay, period. Now, from the same people, which is timeanddate.com, because they are in cahoots with the lie, but they still have to put out truth. See, the Most High is not going to allow Satan to just take you totally over. All right. So what I'm going to do, they saying March 20th is equal day, equal night, right? Let's see. Now this is what I'm doing it this way because I want you all to do the same thing. Stop taking what people tell you and running with it. Okay. Let's see in March 20th, and I'm gonna zone in on this. So I want this to be clear. On their actual calendar, you see March 20th, right? Do it look like it's equal day and equal night? No. That's 8 minutes off. That's 18. That's 7:18 p.m. 7:10 p.a.m. You got 7:18 p.m. and 7:10 a.m. But what's more close? You have equal day, equal night, even on the 17th, which is 7:15 p.m. to 7:15 a.m. So why did they pick the 20th and not the 17th? Because if they would have picked the 17th, they know for a fact that you would understand and did research based on it being so close that it leads you down a path to understand that that is actually a Sabbath, even though it's a so-called Tuesday under their Gregorian, but it actually leads to understanding the Equinox calendar. And when the season change and when there's a equal night, equal day in regards to the Enoch calendar, that is actually a Saturday or a Shabbat based on the solar calendar. Okay. So now, based on just that small information, easy research, and I wanted to do it that way so the regular layman can understand that. Someone that don't, a 6-year-old will be able to understand that you're closer in time of equal night and equal day on the 17th, based on their actual information. Okay, they got it here. March equinox in DC is Friday, March the 20th at 6:45. So that they're telling you that you're going to get closer equal night and day on at 6:45. So it should be 6:45 p.m. and 6:47 or 6:48, 6:45 a.m., which is totally false. This is where they get the 6:45 thing. All right. Do I have it? Now, the fact, if you look at Jerusalem time, if you look at the coordinates for Jerusalem, they are dealing with straight satanic beliefs. That's why, remember that the time, you have to really pay attention though. The time, this is Jerusalem's time here. And hopefully this stuff is making sense. Wait a minute, I want to zone in on this. You see where it says on the 13th, 5:45, but notice that the time went forward. So they're actually dealing with that 13th thing, dealing with Satan. Okay, that's what it is. But they're so slick with it. Why is it 6:45? They see that 6:45 don't match. That 6:45 is really Jerusalem time, based on the 13th, because you got imposters in the land that deals with Babylonian customs and the Kabbalah, and they deal with Lucifer. Okay, there's a book that people need to get. It's called The 13th Tribe, and I have it somewhere right now, and I'm not gonna, it's at a place where I need to go pick it up, and it goes into how the actual people that's in the land today deal with certain things under the 13th and all that. And some people, and some of our people, getting caught up in that, thinking that, oh well, they stole it from us. No, we don't need to deal with nothing that the other nations are dealing with. But because they deal with, even though the number 13 is not bad, but people praise that number based on the falling tribe, which Dan was excluded, and they start dealing with some of the evil seed of the Europeans. So, and they believe that they are the 13th tribe. But I'll get into that. That's deep. I'll get into that on another date. I didn't really want to go that route, but I just noticed that what is the 6:45 p.m. thing, and that's what it is. There's in Jerusalem, the 17th is 5:47, 5:47 sunset on the 16th sundown, which you know that you're going into the 17th. So that same day you're gonna get, on the AM side, you're gonna get 5:47 is equal. Then you get one more minute of daylight at 5:48. Even, and I think the sister, actually there's a sister that sent me this information for the coordinates for Jerusalem, Mount Sinai, all the way to the years of 2022, I believe she says. So I wanted to put this out, because a lot of our people don't know that even under the coordinates of east, 33 degrees east and 28 degrees north, you get closer under Greenwich, the U.S. Naval Observatory time, on the 17th of March. It says 5:57, which is 17:55 under the military time. Let me pull that. Let me show you. So just look at where it says the 17th. See if I can straighten this up here. 17th, where it's kind of like highlighted so you can see the month. See where it says March, so you don't think I'm making this up. 5:57, 17:57, which is 5:57. Then you get one more minute more the next day, which you see it says 5:56, which means now it gets dark at that particular time. Or, excuse me, you have more daylight, 557. So of course you can get less darkness. So there you have it. It's right there. Can't get more clear than that. And this goes on. Like I said, the system, did all the way into 2022 or something like that. So it's not something that people are balking on this like the 17th thing. No, you're the 17th based on the Equinox calendar under this March mess is really our Equinox Sabbath. That's the actual Sabbath based on, if you want to follow the Equinox calendar, based on what I'm reading here, you can't refute that. So, like I said, I'm done talk. Every year I'm going to bring it up, and I'm just going to leave it at that. But I wanted to get this mess out of the way too. This garbage about this vernal equinox mess being on the 20th. Okay, that's bull garbage knocks. There's no way it's going to be on the 20th. You're going to get closer, equal night and day, on the 17th. All right, you can pull it up yourself. I may put the link at the bottom, at the description box of this video. Okay, so there you have it. I wanted to come out with that. Of course, I'll be making more videos. This is my life, and I'll be doing this for the rest of it. Shalom.